Who is this old man? What does he want? And why did he vote for Kamala Harris? Oh, that's Jimmy Carter! Just alive enough to vote. Taking away an alive person's vote. Trump to work at McDonald's. Gay guy dances for Kamala. Kamala Harris explains the space. Kamala Harris panders to black men everywhere. Please vote for me. I'll do anything and say anything you want. Charlamagne's town hall. Donald Trump owns Bloomberg for days. And so much more. This is the Derek O'Shea Show. Let's get it started.
Let's go let the world
trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
suck on this, Biden.
Would we the all folks stepping on them because that's black.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Begging for our enemies to penetrate.
Trump incited an erection.
Good afternoon. We're back in the hizzy with one trizzy. Turn it down a little bit. What's up, Valerie? Trump really got a work in Mac as he promised. The heck. I don't know what that means, but I agree with it. I'm gonna turn on everything. Jimmy Carter, apparently today, cast a vote for Kamala Harris. Come on. If keeping alive this long is part of your future, I'm sorry. This is literally elder abuse. Not only are you making him stay alive to vote, but you force him to vote for Kamala Harris? Why take an L right before you go? Jimmy Carter, just a peanut farmer, looking out for everyday Americans. Some of the biggest news for me, I think, is this. Donald Trump is apparently going to visit McDonald's on Sunday in Pennsylvania and work as a fry cooker. Now, this is like fighting words with Kamala Harris because she grew up as a fry cook. And I can't necessarily quote this, but I did it anyways. Oh, for those idiots out here, this is a joke. And lawyers. Trump, fries are the quintessence of life. McDonald's fries are the best on the planet. And I agree with that. Anybody that comes up in my space and tries to tell me something like Chick-fil-A fries are better than McDonald's fries, shut up. That's anti-American.
I'm gonna come.
No real American would say that any fries are better than McDonald's fries. If he is live streaming this event for fries, cooking fries, we will be watching this. This will be something I have to see. I have to watch how he dips the fries, how long he cooks it for, and if those fries are perfect, I will be voting for him over live on screen. It's 2024 and I don't care about the economy. I don't care about the border. I just want to know if my president can cook fries. Can you cook those fries? Boo? Boop. I want to know that. If Kamala Harris comes out and cooks me fries, I will vote for her. I'm just that simple. Because this is America. And some of us just want fresh fries. I don't want your stale fries, McDonald's. Cook me a fresh batch. Sprinkle some Trump seasoning on it. I want some of that orange peel on it. Let's see the chat. The awkward moment when a corpse votes left when the left said that they were okay voting for a corpse. I like that. I like that, Valerie. I cannot believe that people are even reporting on Jimmy Carter voting. And I can't believe this was like shown out everywhere. It was like, yeah, this guy's excited about Kamala Harris. Who isn't? Are you guys excited about Kamala Harris? Look, Kamala Harris has so much joy in her heart that she is single-handedly keeping Jimmy Carter alive to vote for her. Look at this. This is the face of joy. Amen. Amen. Just joy. What's up, Queen? Has to be a world record for someone being in hospice and voting a year and a half later. Yeah. Well, you have a gift. You have a gift. We got so much cringe on this show tonight. We have a lot of cringe. Kamala Harris has put out a plan to rein in the black vote. She has been reportedly being passed around saying what she's going to do. I will do anything to get the black vote, and I mean anything. Sick. This is a joke, people. Okay. I'm so sick of putting this. Let's watch this first before we get into the Charlamagne and Kamala Harris. But first, we have to have a little bit of dance and word salad. Go for it, Queen. Stop it. Stop. This is somebody's father. It's my dad. Dad, I told you not to post anything without my acknowledgement. I don't know what's worse. You tell me, chat. Tell me what's worse. This dance. He made a decision. I'm so excited about Kamala Harris. I'm going to break out my dancing shoes. I'm going to show the world my moves. I'm going to show everyone what I'm about. And I want people to vote. And I'm going to put this text pointing up like a phallic symbol. But first, let's see why he's voting for Kamala Harris. Kamala, why should we vote for you?
There's this whole, I talked with somebody once who said, if you just look at where the stars are in the sky, don't look at them as just random things. If you just look at them as points,
okay.
Look at the constellation. What does it show you?
Yeah.
So you just outlined it, Roland. What does it show you?
What does it show me?
There's this whole, I talked with somebody once who said, if you just look at where the stars are in the sky.
What?
Don't look at them as just random things. If you just look at them as points, look at the
I get it. I get it. See, I have been wanting, I was planning on voting for Trump, but based on this video, I'm changing my mind. My God. If she wins, we're going to have nonstop cringe moments. It's the only thing that's going to keep us going, folks. Get her talking about the stars. Elon Musk, why aren't you hiring Kamala Harris to help out with SpaceX? What is your problem? What are you holding back from? She could be the changing force for Boeing. Boeing, put her on. Okay, if she doesn't win president, Boeing needs to put her on the board. She needs to go in there and fix stuff. Obviously, she loves space. Did you hear Kim Jong-un army is in Ukraine helping us? Are you talking about Russia? I believe it. Let me guess, Carter voted Kamala. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was actually clever with the song, but now I can never enjoy it the same way. I know. Keep it Kamala. Keep it Kamala. Let's see. Let's get some church up in here, huh? Let's get some church. Kamala Harris has put out her plan for black votes. Apparently, this is all black men care about. Black men, hello! You vote for me, mama is gonna be a mama-la for your life, and I'll do anything. What are you worried about? She's gonna be providing $1 million in loans that are fully forgivable, up to $20K for black entrepreneurs. Which isn't racist, because I can't figure out. Only in America in 2024 can you just say things like this. I'm going to be only supporting white men and their business entrepreneurship. Don't say that. Oh, I meant black men. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. We love that. We love that. They need help. They need help. They can't figure out stuff on their own. They need extra help. Like, what the frick, dude? Support education, training, and mentorship programs that lead to good-paying jobs for black men, including pathway to become teachers. Yeah. I love how much the left is like has such a hard on for teachers. They're just like, teachers are quintessential to life. Everybody needs to become a teacher. Teachers are literally the most amazing job ever. They're the pastors of our day. The right is all concerned about churches. We want our pastors to be teachers. They can teach the children and indoctrinate them into believing things like the rainforest is going down due to climate change. Protect cryptocurrency investments. I had no idea black men were so concerned about that. Protect cryptocurrency investments so black men can make them known their money is safe. Launch national health initiative focused on illnesses that disproportionately impact black men. Which ones are those? Which ones are those? Diabetes? All right. You know what? Heart disease? Okay. What are you going to say? That I have to eat healthy? How dare you? Yeah, this is soul food. So that's part of my culture. And I love the last one. The last one was my favorite one of all. Like, I want to know what Kamala Harris needs to put out a list of the things she's going to do to garner the white male vote. And what would be in that list? 20% off Mountain Dews, free tickets to monster truck rallies, IPAs at every rally. Like, what would she put on for white men? Legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this industry. Why, Kamala, are you saying black men are drug dealers? Oh my God. Oh my God. Derek, you're being racist. Oh, am I? Or am I just reading stuff and connecting the dots for you? What do black guys struggle with? They're overweight and they love weed. What do we got to do? Oh, let's legalize marijuana. The legalized marijuana is my favorite push. It's like the final, like, please vote for me. I swear to God. I swear on my life, guys, this time for real, we're going to legalize marijuana. I swear on my life. We got to legalize it. If you vote for me, though, you got to vote for me. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Have a culture, not a cult. That was actually clever with this. Oh, sorry, I already read that. If I was a black dude, I'd be so pissed off about this list. It's like nothing about family, nothing about like patriotism. Really, it's just about getting your money. Get your money. We're gonna help you out there because you can't figure it out on your own. $20K for black entrepreneurs. Starting a business? Really? What kind of businesses? Any kind of businesses? And legalize marijuana? It's only black people that we have lists like this for, you know? There's never one for Asians, Hispanics. I don't even know what to be on that list for Hispanics. I don't even know. I'm sorry. If this honest conversation offended you, I'm so sorry. But let's get into some of the most cringy points. Kamala Harris and Charlamagne the God, which somebody that doesn't know who Charlamagne the God is, I'm from South Carolina. He used to be in my morning show for my favorite hip hop station in the morning. And I used to listen to Charlamagne the God. I enjoyed some of his stuff. He would always yell at people about dating advice and stuff, and it was hilarious. Now he's like just a talk show guy. Now he's dipping in his toes into politics. And he had a town hall with Kamala Harris that was only audio. And some of the questions were absolutely insane. Like this question right here, this person is absolutely freaked out and thinks that if Donald Trump gets elected, he's going to round up people that are not white and put them in the camps. The paranoia around Donald Trump is insane. It's absolutely insane. But I kind of love it at the same time because it makes me laugh. Okay, here, watch this.
Could you please respond to Trump's claim that he's going to use the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to round up immigrants if he wins the election?
What?
This law was last used to put Asian Americans in internment camps during World War II, and I have a sneaking suspicion that if Trump wins, he's going to use this law to put anyone that doesn't look white in camps, and I'm scared.
Yeah, so you've hit on a really important point and expressed it, I think, so well, which is he is achieving his intended effect to make you scared. He is running full time on a campaign that is about instilling fear.
Really? That's your answer? Not, hey, you sound crazy. You sound absolutely nuts. Why is that curse word? You sound nuts. You really think Donald Trump's going to do that? No, he's not going to do that. I don't even think we're deporting people, but that's just my opinion. I don't believe it, but we shall see. Nothing is going to happen like that. But of course, the paranoia is absolutely insane. I mean, they have this view of Donald Trump being like Hitler-esque. He's going to come in day one. He's going to put people in internment camps, and then he's going to round up his political opponents and finally put them in jail. But it gets even cringier. Because my favorite thing was this. She finally started talking about reparations. Now, she has been floating this bill to give reparations, what's going to cost trillions and trillions of dollars. But money isn't an object when there's hell to pay. when you have guilt and shame. So she gets asked a question about reparations. And if you're not 100% black, how much reparations do you get? And what if your family owned slaves? Okay, let's go.
My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs?
I feel like some of these people with these questions, that sounded like was edited by AI. Yeah, that kind of did, didn't it? The last question. I feel like some of these people that have like this view, like 200 years ago, that white people were just like Jeff Bezos and they just had their feet up. They were kicked back and they're just drinking their sweet tea. And then like white people were just doing nothing and black people were just working. And every white person owned a slave. I seriously think people believe that everyone could afford a slave. Everyone had it. It wasn't just like 3 people or like 100 people out of 1 million, It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, let's hear about this reparations. Tell us about how we're going to, my favorite thing is too, like, okay, so reparations get passed. People get money. Does it end? Oh no, we're just getting started.
My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs? It's understood that you are running for president for all people of America. Asking for specifics for black communities doesn't mean don't do for others, but black Americans are heavily asked to vote Democrat in every election for over half a century with
give
very
me money.
little in return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Thank you, Zeke.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's a great question.
Thank you for your work.
Yeah, thank you.
So, to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans.
Wow.
That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist.
Thank you.
And the context in which they exist, meaning history, to your point.
Yeah.
So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question.
Thank you. Let's study that.
And
Let's get
I've
into
been
it.
very clear about that position.
Thank you.
In terms of my immediate plan,
Talk to me.
I will tell you a few of the following.
Okay.
One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed.
Thank you.
Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother, worked hard, raised me and my sister, and by the time I was in high school, she was able to afford our first home.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
That is true. Joe Biden, what do you think about Kamala Harris?
You ain't black.
Okay. That's what I thought too. I think she knows. She knows that you cannot actually do the whole reparations thing. It's like the carrot on the stick thing. If we do reparations, people are going to lose their crap. But she will say things like, yeah, we're going to study that. We'll get a coalition of overpaid people to study it. They're going to study it all day long. They're going to open up their books and they're going to read. And they're not going to read from white authors. That's for sure. They're going to read books and they're going to figure out what's happening and make sure we get down to the bottom of it to figure out this whole reparations thing. What are you guys' thoughts on reparations? Welfare's reparations? Well, white people, there's a lot of white people on welfare, dude. Some people believe only America practiced slavery. Yeah. No, people like to forget where a lot of slavery came from was Africans enslaving Africans. Or like the Egyptians enslaving the Jews. In the Bible, read it and weep. Let's all forget that. So she's going to be doing reparations. That's the new thing. She is so desperate. You can just tell in her voice how desperate Kamala Harris is by what she's willing to say and do. Oh, legalize marijuana. I'm going to go on Joe Rogan. Reparations for everyone? Even if you're a quarter black. I don't care. I love when like black people that have no history of like being slaves or like have a background in that claim that too. Like what about the black people that were never had any family members as slaves? Do those people still get reparations because of their blackness? Or what about the white people? There are white people that have been slaves. What, do they get reparations? No. Okay. It's such a complicated issue that the idea that you could actually do it is absolutely stupid. How about we just invest in communities and make them better? Like add policing, make it safer, improve playgrounds or areas in that area. I don't know. It's like, how do I get my $20,000 and get it now? Now I'll vote for Kamala Harris. It's especially hilarious for Californians to do it. Oh, I know. And what about those people? Like, you see those people all the time online, or those videos of people getting their ancestry done, like those prominent celebrities. And then they find out like they had like a white person in their family that owned slaves in their past. And you're like, so do you still get reparations? Because it seems like you owe money. It seems like the reverse. You owe me some money. And what about me? I'm step black. Thank you. Stepmom is black. Do I get some money? If I get money, then I'm for it. That's how it works. You can buy me off. You can change my opinion based on how much money you give me. What if I was like that? That'd be so sad. Just sad. What's up, Ms. Barry? Democrats say we'll have to study that. That mean hell no. Dude, okay. Democrats saying we have to study that is their way of saying we're not going to do it. Shut up. But how do I get you off my back and tell you that this pipe dream that you're all going to collect 50K checks is not going to happen? And I just like, as a culture, I just hate when cultures like try to say like they are part of greatness from other, like their culture or, you know, the pain of their culture when they've never experienced it themselves. And I get intergenerational trauma, but it's like, I'm not going to, like, a white person created the telephone. I'm not gonna be like, I was part of that because of my whiteness. I was part of creating the telephone. Shut up. My people are the best. My people invent everything. Derek, what have you invented? Nothing. Yeah, shut up, Derek. Okay, my bad. Okay, and I think this was probably one of the best parts of the whole interview with Charlamagne the God. Shout out to Charlamagne from North Charleston. She started rambling at the end, and they just like cut her out. They're just done. So they cut her out.
A historically black majority population,
right.
or
PRFM HD1.
All right, we've been listening for almost an hour long.
Yeah, that's enough for all of us.
Hall, an audio town hall hosted by Charlamagne the God.
I love the name. Charlamagne naming himself the God is the cringiest thing known to mankind. Yeah, I want you guys to start calling me Charlamagne the God. Yeah, I'm a god. I'm basically a god. Yeah, because God is in all of us. And so therefore I am a god. And what if God was one of us? Charlamagne on the bus. Anyone Irish should have generational trauma. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I've heard stories of my family coming to America and how stupidly poor my family was. It's ridiculous. Like even my grandfather talks about how when he grew up in Savannah, Georgia, which is hot. And he lived in the attic as a kid through 18, no AC in the attic. I'm like, dude, my life is so much better. He would tell me it would begin at like 100 degrees. It'd be like 130 in the attic, and he'd be sleeping up there. I'm like, are you high? Like, nobody. We should be thanking the past generations of how much better our life is nowadays. Oh, slow down. Let me see some of your comments. Shale is from Monk's Corner, SC. He grew up as a slave. What, Charlamagne? Dude, Monk's Corner? Wait, Miss Barry, are you from Charles? Are you from South Carolina? Monk's Corner. Shout out to Monk's Corner. Is so godlike he can't spell it correctly. My great-grandparents were Yugoslavian. Well, your family should pay reparations because no one knows how to spell Yugoslavia. It's just the facts. Yugoslavia. I remember as a kid seeing that country, Yugoslavia, and just loving it. You know, you get attached to some countries. Oh, what's up, Aladdin? Aladdin says, the only people getting reparations are illegal aliens. I mean, yeah. I mean, Miss Barry says, no, I'm from Brooklyn. Oh, my bad. My bad. All right. Donald Trump absolutely shellacked this Bloomberg editor-in-chief. Donald Trump had a town hall today. And apparently Kamala Harris was invited, but...
The first is just for the record and for those people watching on television, the Economic Club of Chicago and Bloomberg both invited Vice President Harris to a similar interview about her economic plans that she has declined so far.
She has declined so far. She has declined so far. But this interview got exciting for me because Donald Trump has been pushing this tariff talk, which is confusing to some. And I'm going to have somebody break it down for those of you who are struggling with this whole tariff thing. And is it going to be a tax on all our things that we buy, because so much of what we buy is non-American? Now, what is the point of a tariff then? Why would we want tariffs if it would mean some of our stuff that we buy from other countries could cost more? Put in the chat and tell me, why is it important to prioritize American goods over goods from other countries? And if COVID should enter your mind as you think about that. Put in the chat, tell me why you think it's important or you disagree with tariffs. I would love to know your opinion. Chatters, go.
You're also talking about 20% tariffs on the rest of the world. That is going to have a serious effect on the overall economy. And yes, you're going to find some people who will gain from individual tariffs. The overall effect could be massive.
I agree it's going to have a massive effect, positive effect. It's going to be a positive, not a negative.
Well,
let me just tell you. I know how committed you are to this, and it must be hard for you to, spend 25 years talking about tariffs as being negative, and then have somebody explain to you that you're totally wrong. It'll have a negative. It will have. I'll go a step further.
40 million jobs is a lot of jobs to rely on.
They're all coming back.
Those are 40 million jobs. Those are 40 million jobs in America that rely on trade.
Are you ready? John Deere, great company.
Great.
They announced about a year ago they're going to build big plants outside of the United States, right? They're going to build them in Mexico.
And you threatened them with tariffs and they stopped.
That's right. I said, if John Deere builds those plants, they're not selling anything into the United States. They just announced yesterday they're probably not going to build the plants, okay? I kept the jobs here.
Woo! Now, I think this might be one of the best breakdowns of Trump's tariff plan. Disco Puss says, okay, I'm here. Everybody calm down. I've literally been losing my mind until you showed up. Donald Trump gets 0 Fs and went to the fullest. I'm calm. All right. This is the perfect tariff breakdown on CNBC. You're going to love this. Even the hosts are impressed of Donald Trump's tariff plan. Listen to this. All right. And I think it's important to even hear this kind of stuff so that when you hear your libtard friends talking about how I can't believe Donald Trump wants to do this, he's an American first candidate.
When you talk to the former president about tariffs, do you see it as a bargaining chip, or do you think you're going to see tariffs across the board of 20%?
I think we should put tariffs on stuff we make and not put tariffs on stuff we don't make. It's pretty simple. And of course it's a bargaining chip. We can't sell a Ford or GM in Europe. You go to Europe, you can't sell a Ford or GM. Why? There's 100% tariffs. How about in Japan? 100% tariffs. So do you think if we said, we're going to tariff you the way you tariff us, do you think they're going to allow Mercedes and all these Japanese companies and Porsches and BMWs to all of a sudden have 100% tariffs in America? Of course not. They're going to come and negotiate, and their tariffs are going to come down. And finally, Ford and General Motors are going to be able to sell in these places.
How's that sound, Andrew?
Of course they're going to come down. Of course. This is just negotiating.
It absolutely makes sense. If you do it strategically, if it's across the board, it creates a real problem. And the question is whether you believe the president is going to do it strategically or across the board. He keeps saying it across the board.
Well, when you're running for office, you make broad statements so people understand you. Right. Okay? Tariffs are an amazing tool by the president to use. They're an amazing tool, but he understands, don't tariff stuff we don't make, right? If we don't make it, and you want to buy it, I don't want to put the price up there. It's pointless. But use tariffs to build in America. If we want to make it in America, tariff it, or if we're competing with it, tariff it. But you got to remember, we need to protect the American worker. Finally, someone's going to protect the American worker, and Donald Trump is here to protect the American worker.
Do you think we make a lot of money in tariffs, or if they're used as negotiating tactics? Look, tariffs will come down there. We're not going to have super high tariffs here either. There's not going to be a big pot of money at the end of the day.
I love that story. So which is it? Do we make a lot of money on tariffs, or we bring productivity here and we drive up our workers here? So it's a win-win scenario. I like both of them. I think what's going to happen is we'll make a bunch of money on the tariffs, but mostly everybody else is going to negotiate with us, and we will be more fair. In 1948, right, we came up with something called the Marshall Plan, right? The world, Germany and Japan were destroyed after World War II, and we wanted to export our economy to them. So we made a rule. They could tariff us, and we won't tariff them. So they can rebuild.
This is the best explanation I've heard of.
So they can rebuild their economy. We rebuilt their economy using something called the Marshall Plan. Yeah. Our economy is so awesome that we'll use it to help you rebuild. When should that have ended? What do you think, 1980? Right? 1985? 70. I mean, why 40 years are Japan and Germany and all of Europe still tariffing the heck out of our auto industry, tariffing the heck out of our furniture industry? Do you realize all your furniture you're buying that's made foreign? It seems crazy. Why? It's because they tariff us and we don't tariff them. It's so obvious.
Pretty good. Pretty freaking good. I mean, that was a great explanation for me. I really like that explanation. Black women for white men. Jason says I voted blue today. Well, yeah, you voted. You voted for depression. At least you admit it. Is that what you meant by blue? I can't save all of them, folks. I think tariffs are just another tax on the consumer's pay, but want to help American workers. Deregulates NAD, reduce tax burden on the consumers. We need to help out. Our industries are dying. It's impossible to compete with China's labor and the cost of living. It's literally impossible. It's like, do you want America to slowly die out, or do you and us just are constantly relying on other people? That just seems like a dystopian hell. Still waiting for the comedy to start. All right, I'll help you out. Freaking. Okay, here we go. Tim Walz is in the news. He comes out as gay, and I'm so glad he did. He said this today. I do the gay clapping and kicking because I wish I was gay AF. Poor guy. I've been wondering why he'd been kicking so much. And it turns out it's because he wants to be gay. Because, I saw this today. This is Tim Walz. He claps like this. Yes! Yes! This. Yes! I'm a football coach. Yes! Yes! And then right as he was getting announced, he did his little kicking thing. He wants to be one of those what are those women in New York that kick their legs out?
With my good friend and our next vice president, Tim Walz. President Tim Walz.
But he did say something I completely agree with. We cannot have 4 more years of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Just take it away, Tim.
Look, you all know it. We can't have 4 more years of this. We won't have 4 more years of it.
Exactly.
We won't.
Exactly. We can't have 4 more years of this. We won't have 4 more years of this. I agree. Finally, Tim Walz comes out against Kamala Harris in a full video and says, we can't have 4 more years of this. We can't do it. We can't do it, folks. Rockets. Thank you. Maybe he does. Maybe he sent in that tape for the Rockettes. I'm trying to imagine Tim Walz as a football coach, and it ain't working out for me. I'm going to be honest. I've never had, maybe this is a northern football coach thing. My football coaches scared the crap out of me as a kid growing up. They scared me. They were scary. They all played football. They were all professional athletes, and they would come in and scream on the top of their lungs. None of them clapped like this. Did this. And kicked. And I can't. I don't believe it. I don't believe he was a football coach. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. I agree as well. America is woke. Love it or leave it. Woke is dead. I heard a terrible study about the guy. I hope he didn't really say that. Oh, yeah. I don't believe that Tim Walz story, if that's what you're talking about. I'd be cognizant of that and slow it down. Look at how well that worked for Budweiser. Walz is a coach from the participation trophy area. Yeah, maybe that's it. This is coaching in 2024. I don't know if I think I told you guys this story, but I once had a football coach because I was a middle linebacker and I missed a tackle and he threw a football at my head, screaming at me on the top of my lungs, and then made me do up downs for like 10 minutes. I don't see this guy doing that. Because he was like, Derek, get over here. I'd be like, no, dude. No, thanks, dude. I don't want to come over to your house, spend the night with you. I'm looking at you, and I don't think you've been in a fight in your life. Well, why don't you come meet me somewhere, and I'll show you. This is my favorite. Right here. This from Tim Walz. This from Tim Walz. Is one of my favorites. Tim Walz goes on to try to make fun of J.D. Vance and uses words that he himself doesn't even know.
And Senator Vance, he became a media darling. He wrote a book about the place he grew up, but the premise was trashing that place where he grew up rather than lifting it up. This guy's a venture capitalist cosplaying like he's a cowboy or something. I don't even know what a venture capitalist does.
I don't even know what a venture capitalist does. They told me to say venture capitalist. I don't even know what that means. Unreal. Just using words that you yourself don't even know. Tim Walz is a man. He's decided to wear camo for his hats for running for VP. And now he's wearing flannel. He's just like you and me with his $200,000 Bronco. He knows how to touch a carburetor. He knows how to put a carburetor and where to put it between his legs. He drinks Mountain Dew and attempts to cock a shotgun, but struggles to do so. He struggles to even use words. They're making him use words he doesn't even understand. He's just like you and me. Thank you, Tim Walz. I can't wait for you not to be vice president. And we can stop pretending you are a masculine male. Yeah. Self-described knucklehead. Yeah, that was like one of my favorite cop-outs. Red and black lumberjack. J.D. Vance was born to be vice president. Maybe it's Maybelline. Well, Jason, just because you're gay enough to stare in his eyes doesn't mean you got to make fun of that. He's got beautiful eyeliners. He eats carburetors for some reason. I love that he's a venture capitalist. Don't even know what that means.
Trashing that place where he grew up rather than lifting it up. This guy's a venture capitalist cosplaying like he's a cowboy or something. I don't even know what a venture capitalist does most of the time. And Senator.
Yeah, me neither. Send him out in the pasture with the cows for the kids. All right, Jason, you're boring me. Bye. Okay. All right, here we go. Send him out of the pasture with the cows. He's carburetors for some reason. This was one of my favorite. I love some of the TDS everywhere. The TDS is absolutely my favorite. This TDS scale is absolutely insane. Listen to this video of what this person wants Donald Trump to see.
If I were to ask Vice President Harris a question, I think I would ask her, how soon do you think we can get the Equality Act passed?
Right.
How about Donald Trump?
I would ask him, do you see me as a human?
Oh.
That level of paranoia is absolutely insane. You think Donald Trump doesn't see you as human? Not with that haircut. Are those transition lenses?
If I were to ask Vice President Harris a question, I think I would ask her, how soon do you think we can get the Equality Act passed?
How about Donald Trump?
I would ask him, do you see me as a human?
Oh.
Oh. Are you human?
No. I'm sorry. If I were to ask...
I'm sorry. I'm going to lean into that kind of hysteria by telling you I'm sorry. What if she says, I want Donald Trump to see me as a dinosaur. A dinosaur. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This level of hysteria and paranoia, you can't help it. You can't help it. You can't help it at all. All right, I'll bring Jason back. Jeez. I just get bored. I get so bored. Like, I don't mind a thing every once in a while, but every 2 seconds, where's this idiot's name? I don't even know where his name is. Where's Jason? He's been here for a while. He like pops in every 5 seconds. It's not, I don't care enough to bring him back. Okay, I can't even find it. Maybe it'll pop up afterwards. God. All right. He sees you as an adult female. Yeah, that's part of the problem. That is part of the problem. There are seriously people out there that think that Donald Trump or people on the right don't see people like this as human, or like, I don't know, like their lives are in danger. Like, I've literally heard people on the left who are like, I can't vote for Donald Trump because literally my life will be in danger. You're like, why? Why is your life in danger? Because I'll have to use my assigned birth bathroom. Like, okay.